Well, even with the good matchmaking though. Can't get too cocky. There is a Smolensk. Cruisers, Hindenburg, and Seattle, so pretty similar. We can use AP if we get a broadside, otherwise it's going to be HE. Nothing too heavily armored. 3 destroyers, one of which can't hit us. And Bismarck, Amagi, Kansas, so nothing super scary. So the super scary would be like Thunderer, Ohio, Georgia, Kremlin, anything 457s. Oh, Yamato.
If I find myself in a 1v1 with other cruisers,
Depends on the cruiser.
sure. Yes, I do know. Obviously, some cruisers have higher DPM than others and all that stuff. But generally speaking, if I'm not sure the other cruiser is gonna serve me broadside, should I just stick with HE all the time?
Well, this is why you have expert loader, but in general, HG, unless you are absolutely certain you're going to get a shot off. It just kind of comes down to like a little bit of experience in terms of knowing can he turn in time or something, right? You're going to need to know the reloads between the 2 ships as well.
Yeah.
It's very matchup dependent. But in general, I would stick to HE unless you're absolutely guaranteed a broadside shot or you need to use the AP to do something weird like break guns. So I know there's a destroyer, but I wasn't spotted on the way in, so he's probably right behind that rock in the middle of the cap.
I agree.
There's Bismarck. So I see Montana, Bismarck. Over there, I'm spotted now. So there's up to 2 or 3 battleships here, but I'm not afraid to just hold the firing window. Can easily angle. The Amagi had no way of shooting me. And yes, I can be getting torped, but not too concerned about that. There's an easy barbecue target here. Don't worry too much about the cap, that's not what the Zao is here for. It's nice if you get to blast someone, but just kill what's in front of you. In this case, the Amagi is extremely vulnerable to any kind of HE spam.
Very unfortunate for him. No fire prevention.
Can't tell, really.
Oh, careful.
I don't know where my fires are. There's that Hindenburg. I could switch to AP for him, but I've already loaded HE halfway, so I'm just gonna give him a piece of our mind. Amagi's probably gonna die, so I'm gonna ignore him for a salvo.
You do have your fire.
Did die. It was too costly.
So I switched to AP, just in case the Hindenburg shows side again. He probably won't, but if he doesn't, then I can just dump it into the Amagi, who's actually quite flat at this point. Nothing wrong with loading AP speculatively, as long as you have a potential target. And you can see it does a good amount of damage, as long as you know how to apply it. So that's actually too flat, like if those shells hit me they would pen. But with just a little bit of wiggle, you can easily get it in. Next time I have a shot on the Amagi, I'm going to take it, need to relight a fire and he'll finish him off. But I'm trading with the Hindenburg at this point because that guy's already basically dead. Okay, he's basically dead, don't have a shot. He's turning, so if he turns too slowly I have AP loaded. Okay, he's shooting at me, he can definitely pen me at this angle, but he won't sit it on me. So I already started angling, even though I wanted to try and fire all 12 rifles, I couldn't. Had to angle. He has turtleback, so his turtleback armor saves him. But on the horizon, there is another target. So we'll see. He probably is going to slide out, but if he didn't slide out in time, then it's going to sting. And we get 2 hits. Nice. I had AP loaded anyway, so we had nothing to shoot. And I'm on the border now, which is I'm actually a bit too far, to be honest. But it is what it is. That guy's gonna turn in or charge us. Either way, it's just him. So I'm not too concerned. I don't want to push the border anymore, so even though I would prefer to just turn away, I'm just going to push him. He's going to take torpedo pressure. That's a DCP. Okay, he's turning broadside, so you have to be careful. This is at 52. Oh, okay, he shattered the vast majority of my shells. He fired.
Clink.
Mostly ricochets, really. Okay, he's harmless now for like 20 seconds. I can easily swing out with my rudder. Now the one I have to watch now is the Montana, who is shooting me. Heal, in case I take lots of fucking damage. I didn't. I'm gonna ignore the Z for now because it's inconvenient. Oh, can I dodge this? No, I'm taking this.
No, hell no.
Alright, so just take it on the nose. Nothing I can do about that.
I mean, that's an early saturation of the nose, you know. Oh, well, you're here.
Okay, Montana shoots again. It's fine. Stay angled. Okay, just straight up missed.
Persian rewarding him.
Gonna ignore him. I'm not really concerned. I'm well angled. Don't have a shot. This guy's also shooting me, but he also has only 16-inch pea shooters, so don't care. It's fine. We pushed behind the mountain now, so not afraid at all of taking some damage. No, as long as I just sit here, the Z can't push best. Not really.
Yellow your ass though.
I could, but I can just accelerate. My engine's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. I have no problem sitting in this position. Worst case, I'm going to take a hard left.
To be honest, if he tries to YOLO, likely the set is gonna run Hydra. And the moment you are Hydra, you can just run. So
Okay, they're starting to push now, so I can't wait too much longer. I'm going to swing my guns. Oh, never mind. It's mealtime.
Fortunate. I don't know about that one, Chief.
I'm in a bit of a tight spot, but this Bismarck is kind of protecting me. Ignoring the Montana. Cannot hit him yet. Wait until you're certain of the trajectory. Whiff. I missed. Whoa, 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 okay, okay. Chill, chill, chill. He's definitely gonna charge me.
10 North Gal's looking at you too.
Yep. So we need to angle for
Oh,
both,
man.
so we need to put ourselves in between. So we're drawing the triangle now, right? So this guy's one point of the triangle, this point's the other point of the triangle, and I'm the top. Okay, he's dead now, but like this would be the trajectory that you would take to angle against both. So if this Montana aims properly, you can just shoot into my butt. But if he aims even a little too forward, then he's going to shoot into my nose plate, or into my side plate. So it's just an exercise in dispersion and luck now for him. If there was a battleship on my side here, I would be in trouble, but this is the only battleship left. So I'm more than happy to just take this. And I can take some damage, but he's not going to kill me like this, because my 30mm plate ricochets most of the shells. Okay, he's going to try and turn onto this side of me, but I can just adjust my rudder after.
Little angle.
Yep, see, he shot right into my butt this time. Need to adjust my angle, make sure. Oh no, that's the wrong way to rudder. Whoops.
Doesn't matter. Never punished.
But yeah, even at close range, he's not that scary. You just angle. Carrier's in that corner. And this game's done.
I'm still downloading a patch for working. What the fuck?
Yeah, pretty fat patch. Oh, okay, so he's exactly in this square that we saw the fighter launch from. Come on, allied carrier Sanzong. You can figure it out. Don't fly into the fighter.
Ah, you fucked up.
Okay, he's not very bright. I should have got the in smoke. My god, he's stealthy. You could use AP if you really wanted to, but at this range, just use Uchi. Okay, he's coming to a stop. That means I can aim for specific parts. Oh, okay, I didn't account for his residual momentum. Let's just clean up from here. Now, I like to zoom out, zoom in between every shot, but you really don't have to, especially in situations where you feel safe. It's just a personal thing. The important thing is to make sure your shots are nice and sharp. Like before on that Z52, for example, when I was crisping in and out, or zooming in and out, you just want to make sure you have a nice crisp shot. If you have to wait after zooming in to readjust, if you do the zoom in, zoom out, don't be afraid to like wait a second or two. Adjust your aim, get a good feel for the trajectory of the ship you're targeting. But you don't want to miss in the Zao, is the thing. You have a really long reload, so.
Yeah.
Should I wait for you?
I'm at 57%, my friend.
Okay, we'll do another demo match. That's fine. So Montana and GK are like the two big ones that you're going to see, or you can ricochet the shells. My god, what's with people in carriers tonight?
That just tells me what I get to play.
Okay, so this one's a little scarier. There's an A ship division with Thunderers. These guys are not scary, however. All small caliber battleships, relatively speaking. And then Worcester, Alaska, Talon. Alaska can be scary, but his shells are very slow. And the Zao has a fairly responsive rudder. So, Tears of the Desert, not great, but lots of open space to roam. So this one's fairly straightforward. We're just going to shoot our way in. Not really scared of a midway. It's not the same as the FDR from 2 games ago, where he can basically kill me with 1 squadron if I'm not careful. Whoops. Okay. So I'm just gonna trail behind my Kagero. So now it's nice and fast, so I can straddle the 2 line, or in this case the I line, without too much trouble. Keep my guns trained on where I expect to find enemies. And honestly, I could alt-tab if I really wanted to, for about a minute and a half. Since my Kagero is going this far out to the side, I'm not going to have contact with an enemy for a while, because he's not going to see anything. So I don't want to go too wide. Like, if I get to the island, it's actually going to restrict my movements, so... Probably going to start turning in at this point, and then I'll turn out and away to put the island onto my right side, or left side of my ship, I guess, technically, but onto my right if I need to. So this is the peak point. So anything past this corner is fair game. So this is the last point you're safe from any destroyer that just ran at you. Alright, so Thunderer, Richelieu on the horizon, on the minimap. Thunderers are obviously together, so that leaves Amagi, Amagi, Richelieu. Richelieu is up there as well, so it's just double Amagi on this side. I'm not scared of double Amagi, but I am concerned still about broadsiding Talanin or Alaska. Midway's also moving north. There's no Amagi. Close to the edge of my gun range. We'll see. I don't have to be too scared yet. And now with the 2 Thunderers over there, I'm confident that I can nose in if I have to, instead of having to turn out if I face a battleship, so... Not too concerned. His guns aren't even looking at me, so there's the Alaska and the other Amagi left that can threaten me, but really don't care. So I'm free to open up. He's slowing down. Just gonna go full broadside, I really don't care. There's the Alaska as well. And just no threats here outside of a destroyer torping me now. I'm gonna keep going to the border, not gonna turn until I have to. Technically I should angle, especially now that I'm being targeted, but all I have to do is slow to a stop. I see 2 destroyers in the center, there's only 1 left, and that one was a Yugmo in the north. So there's no destroyer threat either, so all I have to do is take care of the Amagi and the Alaska. The Alaska just fired at me. And the Amagi fired at me now, but at this range, there's plenty of time for me to angle. And that's a double fire, and I can go dark. Because I don't want to push in forever, but I still have 12 kilometers of space and 9.7 of detection. Oh. There's still shells coming, so I still have to wait. 7k, but not a big deal. He's close to touching my detection, but he won't. And now I can leisurely turn away. These guys are getting nailed because they're busy looking at me, but I don't exist anymore. He's turned away. Let's finish crisping off. Even halfway through the turn, we're already turned enough that we can mitigate most of the damage. Well, the Talanin is APable, but I'm going to wait another salvo. Definitely very attractive, but rather than expert loader, I'm just going to crisp another Amagi salvo in. The Alaska's shooting at me. So is the Amagi. Okay, I really don't like getting shot at. I don't know if you got the memo. Missed on the Talanin, unfortunately. Still worth a shot, however. Oh, he DCP'd, so even though the Alaska is harassing us, we'll just bop a heel, ignore him, keep crisping. Shells coming inbound, so I cannot unangle. Got my fire. one shell into my butt, but not too much else. Finish farming up that kill. Don't want to let him limp away. Brief flicker, so someone looked at me and considered it. Oh, he DCP'd the Amagi. We're definitely staying on him now. Yep. Well, we're already committed to the turn. Okay. I should probably have been full speed. Okay, so I definitely could have died there by not going full speed, but we're lucky enough that the Alaska decides that I'm not worth shooting. And or isn't paying attention. He's dead. There's my fatal fire. Double fire. Alright, so double fire is about through heal is roughly 20k for him, so just need to fire at him 2 or 3 times and he'll die. And at this point we're in full chase mode. You can see the enemy team has retreated to the north. And yeah, the Zao's not very useful in Epicenter, so we have to kill our way there. Which is what we're gonna do. We're in full chase mode now. There's a Talon in here that's trapped as well, that we can pick up once we see him. Like so. This guy's also doomed. Use the spotter plane to help you lead into the turn. I don't know if I'm actually gonna hit him. Looks like I probably would have missed by a little bit, but it would have been close. Amagi, but he's actually behind an island. And there's a gearing somewhere around here. Thunder in the distance can actually shoot us technically, but is very unlikely to do so. Torpedoes coming at the Friesland, so the Quint, probably Talonins. I'm just going to keep playing Ring Around the Rosie in this particular case. Not a very exciting game, but this is what Zao does in this kind of game. Nice, quick, easy fire. If you want to farm damage, then shoot the other one. If you want to maintain pressure, then shoot the Richelieu again. But if he's not going to DCP, then no reason not to farm damage. Okay, of course you're supposed to aim a little better than I am. Might have a shot on my next reload. Gearing torps are way out of range. Quarter speed. He's speeding up. So we got that test shot from the front salvo, and that allowed us to actually land some shells on the second half. No, he's not slowing down that much. Hold. So we're confident his speed's not changing. Do you need to watch the battleships now? There's a frag. So if I get caught in this turn, it's very dangerous. Technically I shouldn't be taking the turn, but I don't think anyone is looking at me. So I will. Using the torps to check speed. It's very tempting to actually dump torps there, but I have a destroyer in my way, so it's not going to happen. UDCPs. Looking at one. If it's the Richelieu, no problem. If it's one of these guys, then potential problem, but nothing you can do. You can see that Zao rips through French battleships. He's dead. So we'll start harassing the Thunderers. Don't want to get too much closer to the Thunderers or the Amagi. Giving quite a bit of broadside to that Amagi here, but I'm pretty angled against the Thunderer. Oh, he fired. Saw that muzzle flash. Oh, it's HE. I needn't have worried myself. So we'll just DCP that. He does quite a bit of damage with the HE because I'm not saturated, but to maintain focus on the threat. This guy's pushing us, so he'll die eventually. He might have switched to AP though, so we still have to respect after the reload. Basically, every time you fire your guns twice, the battleship's reloaded. Okay, he's still firing HE. He's a Mong. Gonna just control. We're gonna wait it out basically. We're gonna wait till this Amagi dies, then we'll aggress on the Thunderer again. Securing the gearing kill got us the center, so we can take our time. Okay, he's clearly running, so he's taking guns offline. So now we chase. Train my guns onto the Thunderer. See, this is where it would be nice to have that spotter plane perk. I would have my spotter up right now, but alas. Instead we get adrenaline rush boost. Oh, okay, so this is pretty dangerous. His buddy is on the border. So it's actually impossible to angle against both of them in this case, so. Gonna stay dark for a bit. He's moving forward. This guy's still reversing. I'm gonna pop a heal, because I'm gonna be aggressing soon. Okay, yeah, so he's fired, so I'm willing to take a shot from his buddy. I don't have to angle against this particular guy. I can just angle against the new Thunderer in north. He's dead. Even if I don't kill him, someone else will. Oh, okay, they're taking their sweet time. He's dead to this fire, though. Technically, he could have maybe turned his whole ship and fired his nose guns at me, so a bit scary, but not that scary. For frag. Just calmly patrolling the perimeter. And that's that. Pretty straightforward style game.
Wow. I see you play in the game, it's like, fuck, that looks easy. I do it myself and fuck, this is super difficult.
I mean,
just knowing
it's not
what guns
so
you can
hard. Like,
bounce and whatnot, right?
there's some bottom tier ships in this game, but like Daramagi, for example, with the Alaska at the beginning was a pretty easy situation to mess up. If you make a small mistake, then it's really easy to take a lot of damage there, even though it's an Amagi that you can technically ignore. But yeah, you just shoot things and shoot things, because the Zao doesn't have a lot of ways to win, so you have to really kill the right guy in front of you so you can keep moving on to the next guy, And you can see, even though like the Zao is a fairly fast ship, and has fairly good range, I'm kind of hovering like 12 to 15 kilometers if I can. I'm kind of just sitting there. So propulsion mod might actually be working better for the way I'm playing. So, but I'm just gonna keep rudder shift because that's what I'm used to. But yeah, you just pick off the right targets in front of you, and it's pretty easy clap. Legendary mod's pretty good. I'm running charge reverse. You could argue that you might want this in terms of getting really pinpoint dispersion, but honestly, the Zao's dispersion is good enough. And yeah, I don't use RPF is useful definitely for hunting destroyers. Like in the beginning when I was ascertaining if it's okay for me to kind of push in because I didn't know where the destroyers were yet, RPF would have given me a little more information. But my preferred build is just you do the standard cruiser build, turrets, PM. If you're really brave, then you don't have to bother with PM. You can take spotter plane, or PT, sorry. You take spotter plane, that would be my pick. Then superintendent, concealment, adrenaline, and then yeah, you can do whatever you want from there. So I opt for SE, and then I might take RPF again after, because I'm going to have 4 points left over in this particular build. But there's a very good chance I might go for spotter plane plus last stand plus consumables expert, or maybe even like torpedo speed, since this is a Japanese cruiser captain.